Your family may not be together when disaster strikes. That's why it is vital to plan ahead of time how you will contact each other and review what you will do in different situations. Hi, I'm Chief Deputy Corey Huffine. Knowing that my family is safe following a disaster is very important to me, and I know that it's very important to you too. Today we are going to talk about ways to keep in contact with your family in case you are separated by an emergency. Consider a plan where each family member calls or emails the same out-of-area friend or relative in the event of an emergency. Long-distance calls will often go through when local calls will not. Make sure each person in your family knows the out-of-area contact information. You might consider creating a wallet-sized card for each family member. Often after a disaster, phone lines will become overloaded. Text messages and data from cell phones are routed differently than regular calls and will often be sent successfully when lines are jammed. Make sure all members of your family know how to send and receive text messages in case of an emergency. Keep calls brief and don't make any unnecessary phone calls after an emergency. It is important to keep phone lines open for emergency calls. Please remember that 911 is for emergency medical, fire, or law enforcement response. Only call if you immediately need these services. Do not call to report an earthquake or to inquire about what happened. If you're a parent of children living at home or a guardian of an elderly or disabled adult, make sure schools, daycare providers, or assisted living facilities have emergency response plans. Ask how they will communicate with families during a crisis. Find out if they are prepared to shelter in place, if need be, or where they plan to go if they must evacuate. Take some time to ask about it. Get a copy and add it to your family's emergency information. They should have a printed plan, evacuation instructions, and an out-of-area contact number. If no plan exists, consider volunteering to help develop one. Always make sure your contacts in your phone and computer are up to date, as well as making sure your employer, your spouse's employer, and your children's school daycare or caregivers have most recent contact information. If you only have a cell phone, be sure to register your phone with Emergency Communication Notification System. This system may be used by emergency response personnel to notify specific homes and businesses at risk with important information about the emergency event. You will only be called when the associated address is impacted by an emergency. To register your cell phone number and to learn more about the system, visit the Cowlitz County Department of Emergency website at www.co.cowlitz.wa.us/DEM and look for the Alert Cowlitz County icon. If you would like to receive emergency information via text message, text the words "Follow Cowlitz DEM" to the number 40404. These emergency messages will come from the Cowlitz County DEM's Twitter feed, but you do not need to sign up with Twitter to receive the messages. If you have a question about receiving emergency texts, please contact DEM at 360-577-3130. There are many good templates to help you create an effective family emergency plan. Check out www.ready.gov for a fill-in-the-blank form. Don't forget to update and review the plan with your family every 6 months. You'll be better prepared to safely reunite your family and loved ones during an emergency if you take time now to think ahead and communicate with others in advance.